Hello friends, as you know, the due dates for various income tax returns, TDS filings and various other deadlines are approaching, and amid this coronavirus crisis that we are in, we don't have much time left with us. So what should we do? So the small businesses, enterprises, medium size and small size scale industries, entrepreneurs, individual taxpayers, amid all these crises caused by this COVID-19, they are worried about the business growth, and they have all the plethora of compliances to follow with. Then there is a 21 days lockdown, as we all know. So how do taxpayers and these small scale entrepreneurs and these firms and proprietorship firms, how do they fulfill these compliances? That is the question. So the good news is that Honorable Finance Minister yesterday made certain announcements providing certain measures and certain reliefs to cater to the various needs of individual taxpayers and other enterprises. So what are we waiting for? Let me quickly take you through all these compliance measures, and I'll try my best to take you in a very easy and very understanding manner, and do share your feedback and comments with me. Namaskar and a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to my YouTube channel by the name Finance Tree. Here I discuss the matters related to finance, compliances, laws, the matters that interest you, and my attempt is to make things easy and convenient for you to understand. I hope I'm able to do a justice to that. So let's begin. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll start with the relief measures that are introduced for tax filings. Yes, so it's for you. So listen carefully. Okay, so by far what Honorable Finance Minister has tried to do is that she had tried to give extensions broadly in all categories broadly by 30th of June 2020. So what does that mean? That means that the due dates for issue of notice, intimations, notifications, say passing of approval orders, sanctions, even filing of appeals, furnishing of returns, applications, reports, or any other documents or such compliances by taxpayers have been extended till 30th June 2020. Okay, so moving to the next part now. For those individual taxpayers who are yet to file their income tax returns for the year 1819, okay, I repeat 1819. So what was the due date to file the return? Latest by 31st March 20. So again this has been extended to 30th June 2020. Then of course then in the middle of all these crises that we are into, businesses are going down, growth is slowing down, there are likely cases of defaults in TDS payments. So the government has provided that there's no extension in by the time by which you're supposed to deposit the TDS to the government treasurer, but they have given a relaxation in the form of interest reduction. So now if there is a delay in deposit of TDS, then instead of 18% it has been halved and taken down to 9% of interest rate that will be charged on the delayed payments. So there is one big relief over there. Then again there is an extension for the linking of Aadhaar card with PAN card again by 30th June. Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, as you would already know, that it's an amnesty scheme that has been introduced by government for tax disputes, for settlement of tax disputes, and the deadline was again expiring by 31st of March. Again the same has been extended to 30th June. And you would know that with effect from 1st of April there was a provision of charging of interest at the rate of 10%, so that has been done away with. So between 1st April to 30th June the interest additional interest is not applicable. All right, moving to GST filings now. What do we have in GST filings? Okay, so as I mentioned in the beginning of my video that general relaxation is given and the dates are mostly extended till 30th of June. So likewise in GST filings also for April, May and June the dates have been extended, and the new dates are till 30th of June. In terms of board meetings also, there have been some measures that have been provided, although how far would they benefit the individual board directors is yet to be checked. But I'll tell you what the measures have been taken. One is that the board meetings have been relaxed for 2 quarters. So what does that mean? That as we already know that we are required to carry out in a financial year 4 meetings with a gap between any 2 consecutive meetings of not exceeding 120 days. So this is the current provision. Now this 120 days has been relaxed by a further 60 days. So what does that mean? That between the 2 consecutive meetings can be held with a gap of not only 120 days but 180 days. So instead of 4 months, it can be held with a gap of 6 months. But again, we have to conclude 4 meetings. So we'll have to see how that requirements with the overall blanket has to be followed up. I don't think that this will be of much benefit, because anyways the businesses are going down, and the board of directors would definitely convene meetings. So also it's important to note that independent directors on the board, even if they haven't attended any meeting, would not be considered as a violation now. So that's another relaxation that has been provided. Also, if you would know that I'm coming to the next point now. Under section 149(3) of the new Companies Act, there is a requirement. So what is the requirement? Let's quickly recap. It's that every company is required to have at least one director who has stayed in India for a total period of not less than 182 days during a calendar year. So now violation of this rule will be condoned in the wake of current coronavirus crisis. So this, I think, is a welcome move, that if you're not there for 182 days, then it will be condoned. So friends, now I would like to take you to the other corporate related matters and the regulatory compliances, which I think I can take you very quickly. One is CARO, that is Companies Auditor Report Order. Applicability for the same was for the year ending March 2020. Now it has been delayed by 1 year. So again, it's a welcome move. Insolvency and bankruptcy, quite an important topic now, considering whatever environment we are in. Many businesses are going down, and they are just at the verge of going insolvent and bankrupt. So what are the measures now that have been introduced? One is that the default threshold has been increased to 1 crore from 1 lakh. So it's a very important move. It will not only save many businesses from going bankrupt because the threshold has been increased, but it will also give them sort of buffer and a window to revive and recap. So I think this is a major step given the current slowdown in the economic crisis that we are facing. So it's a welcome step. Now, Honorable Finance Minister has also provided that she will be reviewing the position, and if need be, the situation doesn't improve by 30th April, then the government may consider suspending Section 7, Section 9 and Section 10 of bankruptcy laws for a period of 6 months. So in order to understand the implication of this particular clause or the relaxation, we need to understand what are sections 7, 9 and 10 of the bankruptcy laws. So I'll touch upon these very briefly. These are basically the initiation of insolvency proceedings by either a financial creditor or an operational creditor or a corporate applicant. So now if these provisions are deferred, that means that the initiation of the bankruptcy or insolvency proceedings have been deferred. So again, it's a welcome move. Okay, so now I'm heading towards basically the end of my video, and but I do like to touch upon there's one small measure that has been introduced for startups. What is that? Let's understand. So for startups, they are required to file a form called commencement of business within 6 months. So now it has been provided that they can file it by further 6 months. So all in all, they have now 12 months to file the form called commencement of business. Apart from that, there are certain relaxations which have been given for withdrawal at ATMs, that no debit card holders will be charged any fees. Over next 3 months, they can withdraw from any nearby ATM. No fee will be charged again for the minimum balance. that you're withdrawing from the saving bank account. Then the bank charges have been reduced for digital transactions for trade and finance. So these kind of small measures are of course there. Then in customs and for trade also, there are few relaxations that have been introduced. I'm not going through them in this video in detail. So friends, that's all from me today. I hope you liked it. And in case you have any comments, or you want me to make videos or come up with more information on any of the topics that you would like to hear from me, please do let me know. This is C. Indu Nagar signing off for today. Have a nice day. Bye bye.